Hey, how's it, everybody? How you doing? This is Jeeves here, the Decomposer, Key of Jeeves, and of course, this is the Avocado Show. It's a happy Aloha Friday. I'm really excited for this. So we got a bunch of great music in. I'm a little early because the surf is ginormous. It's 30 foot. They're going to be flying the Eddy on Sunday, which is about a mile and a half from the house. This whole place turns into a ginormous bunch of ruckus. But I'm charging both my drones and all kinds of cameras, so I'm going to be taking all kinds of real super sick shots of giant waves with little itty bitty surfers tumbling down them and just all that sort of fun stuff. But I was supposed to come here between 1 and 2 o'clock to do this, but I'm doing this early, so I got to leave a little earlier than normal. So like usual, get as many of these tracks in as possible. I am going to be doing some Wheel of Cheese, and we're just going to have fun. You know what I mean? And I think most of you are down for the fun. I think I've got a few people in here, about 20 some odd people hanging out, which is great. I know a little early. Some people are still at work. And if you're catching this on YouTube and you want to join us live, that link is down below for Twitch. If not, you can always just hang out here on this channel. Eventually, I do pop out the VOD of each one of these sessions. So I'm rigged, man. I got my accoutrements here, accoutrements. Here I've got just an assortment of all kinds of fun stuff. I'm going to be eating, coughing, chilling, and listening to some great music with you guys. If you guys are going to put your songs on the form for the Wheel of Cheese, which I'm going to break in a couple of times and do, please be sure there's nothing over 7 minutes on that, okay? Because I try to squeeze in as many people as possible. So you guys ready to go? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So, wasn't there? Yeah, I think I popped up that VOD for last week, didn't I? Did I forget? Oh my God, drugs are bad. I'll have to double check on that. Huh. Oh well. Well, thank you for bringing that up because now I'll put that on my to-do list. All right, guys, let's start. I'm going to go from, top boosties and work my way down. And funny enough, for the first time ever, top boosty is, we're starting off with Kairu. Kairu, the boosty man. Tra-la-la boostie. Okay, so we're actually going to be starting with Kairu. First of all, how you doing, Bubba? Oh, it's a long one. Ah, I see. That's, yes, I equate that with, that was a very nice, generous boosty as well. So thank you for that. So we're starting with something here, because usually, you know what, Kairu, when you come in, you usually, with your kind donations and stuff like that, usually short little things, which are really fun. But you know what? Let's do this. Oh, this has Christmas theme to it, guys. So this one is called DemonTomatoDave. I guess maybe that's the name of the artist. And the song is Wiggle He 2, the Big Christmas Medley. And this is another great a cappella from Dave, combining tons of video games and Christmas music and other stuff into a wonderful 16-minute mess. That tells an epic and bizarre story. Also, it sounds nice. That's always a bonus. All right, guys, let's do this. Kairu's the first one up for our Happy Aloha stream today. Let's go. All right. Dum 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 dum.
Where's the man who lead us all through the Christmas wars? Is he waiting for us behind the doors? Santa Claus, deep into the midst of time, Santa has been found. Now he's coming back to save the world. He's flying the night. He's here to excite.
Wait a minute, what's this melody? I recognize this from a video game. Zelda. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to help me with this. Freaking brilliant. Hey, DJ.
And I ask you to join his team. You'll know when he's appeared. His superlative beard makes the ladies cry out with glee.
Hell of a lot of dedication going in on this production. If he's doing this all by himself, A lot of freaking work.
Stuff such as sleigh bells and cinnamon and cinnamon smells. Special looks in a tight hotel. Book a dinner in advance. Fireplaces and chimney stacks. Special offers on paper bags. And your socks and your pants. Never let us down. You can see him in town, or at least someone dressed as him. He's riding his sleigh in a special new old-fashioned way. When it comes to the crop, there's no doubt. Snap the cream. Christmas time, as we know, does not run smoothly every year.
Christmas time, I like that. Great part of the arrangement.
Shaking and battered and bruised, he tried to think why he was lost and confused. Setting out sternly, he started his journey to try and gather some clues. A tribe of lowly snowmats drapes across the frost-blown plains. Their frozen hearts are aching now, and ice flows through their veins. Their town destroyed, they stumble through what little still remains. Oh, where is the hero who can help? All of them yelp. Oh, where is the hero who can help?
I really like the dryness of the mix. Oh, I love.
Walked away with his quantum ray. He fashions clambering out through the snow. He's a little disheveled though, and he seems not to know what has gone wrong.
Very clever. Even the artwork.
Back away up and come back to him soon. Give him a nod and a smile, give him a while, shouldn't be long. Back at the castle, day and night. Snatter's friends prepare for a fight. Fortify turrets, block the gate. Gotta get Peter's Mina train.
What is this from?
But
This I don't recognize.
Weapons are made. They still find the time to decorate. So for a festive, elfy, seasonal Christmas, and you'll be right at home. In our little school. Tinsel and baubles hung on trees. Snatter's friends enjoy having the They can all feel it drawing near, their favorite time of year. The festive season, baby. They've got a wintry workshop. They famously employ it. They hang a bit of holly and jolly well enjoy it, preparing for the Yuletide. Whatever keeps them busy. It's always pleasant, preparing presents when Christmas rolls around. There is a
That bass tone.
made of spoons, opposed by fanboys, nerds, and
If it's him doing it, there could be like a harmonizer or something pitching down for that really low bottom.
so watch them wriggle, pickles and niggle, and soon they'll see his reign is not to be, for they will wiggle. There are nerds who use their words in kindness.
Who's this character?
There are nerds who just moan and complain, and these sit fuming when December is looming, with one thing that they share but can't contain. Spare a thought for all the nerds at Christmas. Just watch them getting angrier. Nerds at Christmas. They stay at home just watching their children's cartoons on DVD.
So far, all the arrangements have been so fun and swingy. You know.
Well, nerds at Christmas Oh, it's far too commercialized, nerds at Christmas. I truly believe if you ask them to list career goals, their main ambition, picking holes. Cranium nerds like this must be anything vaguely
That's what I
Christmassy as some kind of untenable affront to all they think life should be. So they're going to rant on YouTube. They're going to count on you to break and cry. Christmas is just another of their parents'
You know what? This arrangement here, wouldn't this be beautiful if it was translated into a wind section? Reed wind. No violins, but literally the reed sounds and the wind sounds.
And if you ever looked at it, you'd say it glows a bit. All of the other ranges used to call him a nation, but they never let poor Rudolph join their games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Snatter came to
Real
say,
clever, man.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And then all the reindeer loved him, shouted out with glee, Rudolph, you will go down in our history. What of the snowman who had braved
That kind of squeeze box barbershop quartet vibes there.
soon not melt in the sun's unfeeling rays. Cursed now to linger where the light is slight and dim, and to make things worse, they're aware their curse came about because of him. But as a shadow grips
I like
the
this.
snow, the North Pole holds its breath, as two great titans wreck the place in a battle to the death. So where is that snowman? Has he melted clean away? No one really cares for as long as there's a massive crunch, as a giant claw leaves a massive dent in a giant jaw. It's a massive shame, that much is sure. Ba-doop-be-doop-bow.
Wham.
Why is this battle raging? Battle shake us to our roots.
Ooh, nice here. Some very smooshy voicings. I like to call it smooshy voicings.
Their will is strong, their past is checkered. They're here to save us in their meccas. So and don't stop until he's wiggly.
Plin Plin Plong, or what's that? Pling Pling Plon, or something that has to do with the video game. How do you guys say that? It's been Plin Plin Plon or Plon Plon Plin or something.
Freezing, sweating and slowly hobbling, paunches swinging and
Thank you for resubscribing, Shotwell.
leaving deeper footprints violence than anybody else. Look at the nerds emerging into the snow.
Yeah, I think Plok.
In the cold,
He is kind of hammy, isn't he?
disbelieving, clamoring to demonstrate their scorn. What more violence can they do to heap or to level the deepest scrutiny?
What more violence can he do to me but to level the what?
And grasping gaskets, snatching spoons in metal and plastic, handling hydraulics and wielding whizzing wheels. Look at the nerds converge on their festive foe.
Slightly choral arrangement style right there. I like that.
He's been wiggled by the Christmas ninjas. He's been wiggled by pedantic nerds. But
Pedantic.
what about the friendly mecha snatter who would also like to have some words? They've been going for a good few hours now, mecha snatters on opposing sides. And it's weird that no one here can tell us who it is that's piloting the one that's nice. And as they recognize who's in the cockpit, somebody raises the call. We're sorry that we ever doubted you. Please forgive us all. And come and save us, Mr. Snowman. Now you're driving in a massive mech. We're all behind you. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Now the snowman's in the clear. He'll be back again next year. When your hands tightly fall upon a scarf and set to the ransom.
I just think I was a tenor.
The snowman's reunite, and the spirits are all right. And overhead there's a twinkling, and it sets something jingling in their soul. Just watch them go. Is that Rudolph painting starlight through the sky? Look to his light, but never look him in the eye. Blinking act, look at this. What's he only gone and done? Santa's waltzed in and saved the world again. Every Christmas, every year he saves us all from
I like that.
something eerie. Get a hear me theory as to how. Says the ancient decree, legendary prophecy, should the time and the fates allow. In the dear old land there would be born a hero, and we all know his name by now. Tell us again the name, Santa Claus. Look at him go, whizzing around, wearing a coat and boots, having a beard. Is he a man or beast? Is he an elf? Is he an imp? Or is he bio-engineered? I once saw some footprints in some snow, which proves he'd been on my lawn. There's been a rainbow haze up in the sky over the pole ever since Santa Claus was born. Santa Claus checking his list, eating his tea, here when the sun goes down, gone with the dawn. Looks a bit like your dad, but with more beard than he ever had. Doesn't it make you bad? Don't you glad Santa Claus is born?
Let me see if I can find a harmony. He's modulating. I didn't know. You see, he was using a harmonizer or something on that. Oh, geez, that's hilarious. Look, I don't know about nothing except for one thing to say about this, Kairu. Skill set, obviously. The guy is a great arranger. Great voicings. He went in and out of different a cappella stylings, barbershop style, smaller quartet. A couple times he flowed into more choral arrangement styles, but most of the time it was very fun, lighthearted, very bouncing. But I got to tell you one thing. Apparently, as you say, he did this all by himself, all the vocals. I wouldn't have the energy to do 3 minutes of what he did 16 minutes of. So I completely take a knee to the time and the energy that this guy took to put this together. It sounded fantastic. It was mixed wonderfully from one track to another. I can't imagine that it was all done in one pass through each one. There's probably groups, if you would, groupings of vocals in his DAW, blah, 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 without getting too over the top. Excuse me. The other thing is that, as I mentioned earlier, something that was really nice is there was, he kept it very dry and intimate in the mix. So there was no post-production delays, flanging, chorusing, anything that would add a little something to it. So he kept it very straight. Could he have used in mixing technique and a little bit of the side chain, pre-master out? Could there have been maybe something in there that could have given it a little more thickness? Possible, but my ears aren't what they used to be. But my hat's off to this guy. I don't know what his real name is, but let's just say DemonTomatoDave killed it. I thought that was just insane. I thought he really kicked some butt. Dave Ballmer, okay. Yeah, I think he did a phenomenal job. And I think this is worthy for more than 55,000 views, considering he posted this 12 years ago as well. So he definitely didn't phone this one in. So right on. Thank you, Kairu, for, first of all, hi. Generous donation and a great track. So, all right. So, excuse me. I don't know why I'm having a cough fit right now. This kind of sucks. Next up, La Cremosa comes parachuting in. How are you? Happy Aloha Friday to you, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good week. It wasn't too hectic. And once again, thank you very much for a kind dono, boosty. All right, let's see what La Cremosa would like for us to check out. This track is called, it's from an artist or a band called Propagandhi. Oh, that's kind of a nice little play there. Propagandhi. And the name of the track is Rock for Sustainable Capitalism. I kind of like that kind of abstract dog whistling and messaging. From Genius, Rock for Sustainable Capitalism was Propagandhi's vicious attack song criticizing mainstream punk rock, including the Vans Warped Tour, acts like Lars Fredriksson and the Bastards Rancid, NoFX, and even their own label home, Fat Wreck Chords. Needless to say, the band and label parted ways after the album it was on was released. Funny, kind of challenging kind of the thing. Did you guys see what I released on Finn McKenty? And I kept it really clean. I didn't have any opinion about him, but it has to do with that whole punk rock vibe thing. It's like, oh, well, this could be the back song for that video I did there. Anyhow, so let's check this out. La Cremosa, let's see what you got going on here. All right.
Video where that fucking fat and small millionaire prances around my followers. Sausage party on earth.
He's crushing in his vocals, jeez.
Where Batman chest was caught on film shaking heads with that incredibly diverse selection of patriotic skins. I like the message it says.
On some of the chords there, they're actually using ninths in there, which is unique, I think, for punk. What do you douchebags have me wrong?
When it punk becomes so safe, well, you'll excuse me if I laugh in your face.
Right there's that night. There's that ninth again. I love how they do that.
Music's power too. Describe, compel, renew. It's all in a second too. The authors who can't refuse remember when we used to believe.
I love the grind on that rhythm. The drummer's just locking it down, throwing it as heavy as fleck. This is a great arrangement through this pocket. And letting the other guitars kind of run out. Let it glide for ambience. I knew there'd be a change of bass. Musical, man.
Just so I know I'm not insane. Ever get the feeling you've been played?
This guy's got great vocal range.
Well, that's rock for sustainable. Capitalism that you know. We may face a scorched and lifeless earth. But there
Ooh, the bass right there. Listen to the bass, guys.
their shall hold us first. That's how the world works.
Nice ending. Lacrimosa, this is definitely going on my playlist. I do like punk music, but not it. I've never been pushed enough to actually set up a playlist or really listen to it. I think lately, I think also Lisa or SB had me listening to something on the last session, which was very punky. But there is this particular track had, as I'm learning, what the authenticity of the punk vibe all about with the lyrical content, the hard grind of it. His vocals were phenomenal, but there were some really great musical sections of that as well. So I mean, the engineering was great. I love the sound of the drums. The guitars found fantastic. The bass player was just numbing, just absolutely mind-numbing. But there were some really super musical things that were happening in there, as little as it may have been. But production structure-wise, so like for instance, when there was that little breakdown, you heard a little bit of a mono riff going with the guitar and the bass, but then you just let the guitars were just peeling off these long whole notes, of the chords and letting them ring out. That was one dynamic shift I wasn't expecting from them. The other one is you saw me get all mental about there's those chords that were in there that they did like an add 9, which usually gives the voicing kind of like a little bit of a, it could even be a minor add 9, but I mean, it sounds a little weird, but taking that extra step and stuff like that really brought a different type of musicality into it, and then finally, of course, his vocal, when I said he had a great range, it wasn't that he had many octaves of it, but when he hit those other notes that could have been an octave and a half higher, he was pure on that stuff. Didn't lose any energy, didn't feel any struggle and stuff. So this was a great band. Don't you guys agree? I thought it was super badass. And hang on, I got to save this. Okay, let me put it on my playlist. Okay, it is saved. Lacrimosa, thank you so much, man. That was so badass. Oop, what'd I do? Oh, I clicked something. Let me see now who coming up next is, oh my goodness, Makuzia from the half court. Thank you so much. Very generous donation. And how you doing, Makuzia? What's going on? Did you have a good week? We're at Aloha Friday. Somehow we made it through this week. Then next week we have what we have. And of course, it's one thing to have what we have coming up next week if you're into the holiday and everything like that. But frick is, I don't know if you guys heard at the very beginning of the stream, the Eddy got called as a very famous big wave surf contest, which is only about 1.5 miles from where I live. And so what happens is the whole community right now is going into a whole different flex of things. And we've had a ginormous swell twice already through the early part of this week. And one of the seawalls are already falling into the water and stuff like that. It's getting really kind of messy and scary. And we get a little run up here in the backyard and stuff. So for me, it's like going into Christmas with a banging 50, 60-foot swell in your back door. And that's, I'm just going to leave that there. Anyhow. So Makuzia wants us to listen to something from Aimee. And so we are going to listen to Frieren. I recognize the name. Sometimes I make a mistake. Frieren, and or if it's Frieren, I don't know. You guys can type it out for me in practical definition. The name of the track is Beyond the Journey's End. Frieren. Okay, thank you very much. Frieren. All right, Makuzia, let's do this for everybody. Here we go. What a powerful, beautiful downshift from the last track. Still keeps the energy, but beautiful. Oh, the melody being taken over by that French horn. Ooh, beautiful. Such a tone separation between the two. I love the subtle support by the strings. very subtle trumpet in the back. Well done. Love that. Two bells kind of show up a little bit now. Ooh, I love how these changes here leave you a little insecure. Wow, what a beautiful piece. I'm done. I'm done being blown away, though, in the sense of like, wow, this is for anime. It's just what it is. Anime levels everything up when it comes to hiring composers and the composers doing what they do. So I'm no longer going to say, wow, that's anime. I'm no longer shocked. Makuzia, what I loved about this track and when I really was focusing and getting into and enjoying what the composer was doing with the orchestrations is a lot of what was happening in there were actually octave differences in unison from, let's say, an alto soprano line that's happening, but yet would be mirrored an octave lower, like with the cellos or viola and stuff like that. So there was this really beautiful tonal cross spread of what was happening with the choir without getting too muddied up in other arrangements that were kind of supporting it. So there was a lot of that going on. And I also loved the solo instruments that occasionally came back and forth to support some of the melodies. There was the lonely trumpet. There's a lonely flute that was in there. And then there were a couple times there were a couple of tube bells that as the music started to grow, as it started to breathe and everything like that, it's almost like the tube bells in there are kind of like a point of glory. Whenever you hear the tube bells really going, it's something to bring forward. It's something that you're bringing into it. And but at the end of the day, as a more of a choral piece with an orchestral support, it was absolutely beautiful. I got chicken skin. I told you. I got chicken skin. Because sometimes that's what music does to all of us at some point. Whatever the genre is that you like, it makes you go brrr. You know what I mean? But I thought it was phenomenal. And thank you so much for that. What a nice little transition in music, too, that we're going through. And the opening, too, that I couldn't pin the instrument on the opening melody that was happening. But, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Today I have a little bit of a cough, more so than normal. Anyhow, Makuzia, happy Aloha Friday to you. Thank you so much for coming by. Do appreciate the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So, let me see. Okay, here we go. Next up. Oh, hey, SB and Lisa are in the house. How's it? Aloha. Oi, oi, oi. Next up is Great Sage Sun. Great Sage Sun would like us to listen to Tyr, Tyr, with the little over the Y. The name of the song is By the Sword in My Hand, and his message is Merry Christmas. There's something special found within the union of the metal bands and orchestras live. Tyr are a ferocious folk metal band who sing songs of their Viking history. Oh, I love tracks like this because I know it has cultural, historical implications. Very storytelling type of music composition here. Here we go. It's Norse. Okay. Ooh, they got a little orchestra back there. You notice how they're keeping the guitar chugs in mono so they can get a big spread in the orchestra. The harmonics. A little ostinato back there. Such Viking metal, you know, choral call to action, you know. A track like this would have even worked in, Game of Thrones at certain points.
I seek what you took. I promise you'll pay. By hook or by crook, I'm only gone astray. I stand by the sword in my hand. I will conquer the land. I will decimate and decapitate.
Wow, they each have a mic. Oh my god, I'd hate to be that sound guy. Even though I'm sure he's got it all busted into 2 channels or something, but...
By the sword in my hand, I will conquer the land. I will decimate and decapitate.
Decimate and decapitate, you son of a falamalas.
And I hold the final truth of all eternity. Half is to include my own superiority. Mischief of the past has come to seal a destiny. Kneel before me now, or I will hear your head for heresy.
That nice little ascending dang. Uh-oh, he's bringing out the push broom. A lot of sweeping going on here. Yeah, I was about to say, can you hear the French horns ripping through this?
By the sword in my hand, I will conquer the land. I will decimate and decapitate those who question the sword. I stand by the sword in my hand. I will conquer the land.
They definitely gonna be drilling that hook into your head. Decapitate and decimate.
And I hold the final truth of all eternity. Half is to include my own superiority. Mischief
slave of the past has come to seal a destiny. Kneel before me now, or I will have your head for heresy.
It sounds great. This mix is phenomenal. This was so badass on so many different levels for me, and I'll tell you why. Let me just start briefly just with the technical thing, what I just got through saying, and how it just sounds great. Whoever approached the production and the engineering decisions in post when they were mixing this for the final, to keep the guitars contained and not so blown out wide in the stereo spectrum was a super great call, because you're going to have the guitars maybe at about 10 and 2. You have your drum kit, but the drum kit's overheads is picking up the stereo ambiance of what he's playing. I think kind of it sounded more like that. But there was a lot of room for them. It's almost like taking the band here, almost exactly how we see it is how we heard it. The band and the powers here, and then the orchestra and the choir blanketed it, and you could actually hear a lot of the details there. So there was a lot of really great technical engineering decisions that were being made on that. As far as music and musicianship, well, we already know they sound fantastic. But I love that dun 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 dun, you know, that 6/8 vibe, or 3/4, 1 2 3 4, whatever. That very we're going, you know, a lot of the Viking Nord call to action tracks are so pirate worthy. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I'm not a historian, but I don't know if the Vikings were maybe the original, you know, hardcore guys of the oceans. I don't know who came first, pirates or Vikings or whatever the case is. I don't know. But it definitely has a kind of call to action, even though they're going to decimate and, what was it? Decimate and eviscerate? Decimate and cut off your head or eight? I don't know, something like that. The call to action there, decapitate, thank you. The call to action there, as dark and gnarly as it is, it has a little bit of an uppy push to it. Dun, dun, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna take your guts out. We're gonna impale you on the boto, or something like that. I don't know. It's still, it makes it sound like you're gonna have fun decapitating and destroying and eviscerating. Like hardly wait I can do it, like a puppy chewing on a skirt steak, you know, kind of thing. I love the track, man. I thought it was really fun. It was fun to watch too, especially with Bernie Sanders conducting. So, yeah, I'm just saying. But Great Sage Son. I don't even know if Great Sage Son is in the house. I didn't see him pop up. Decaffeinate. I like that. We're going to decaffeinate. We're going to whatever. I don't know. That was good. Oh, there you are. Well, thank you so much. That was cool. I really dug that. Wow. Look, the first 3 songs that we've listened to, there's been such a nice, wonderful little mix and mosh of this stuff going on. So let's continue on. Next up, Inksentia. How are you, Inksentia? I know you came in early on for when we first turned on the stream. I saw you pop in there. How are you? How? Defecate. That's another. You're doing well? Good. Happy Aloha Friday to you. Thank you very much for your donation. Let me see. We are going to be doing... Uh-oh. What's this? This sounds very unique. This is called Christmas Truce is the name of the song. The artist is Sabaton. And he's also saying to us, Merry Christmas. So let's see what we got here. Some Christmas Truce opposed to Christmas War, I take it? I don't know. Let's go. Oh, okay. There's a serious thing behind this. Okay. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Grenade!
Did they have grenades in World War I?
Grenade!
Come on, man. Wake up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, Power of the Funk. Why do I know this story? Is it something that really happened?
Come on!
Wow, that's great. Huge, real bold.
Silence. Oh, I remember the silence on a cold winter day.
God, what a powerful voice for that
After many
range.
months on the battlefield, and we were used to the violence.
Kind of in that Meatloaf level.
All the candles went silent, and the snow fell. Voices sang to me from no man's land.
God, the passion and the intention in his vocals are bone crushing.
And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers, we drink and unite. Now Christmas
Got that 6/8 swing again.
snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches, our Christmas on the front, far from home.
You know, I love the pattern of pianos playing along with the MIDI locked in little bells behind it. Sounds fantastic.
We were hiding our tears in a foreign land where we faced our fears. We were soldiers, carried the war on our shoulders. For our nations, what are you doing? Is that why we bury our friends?
Wow.
We were all friends. And today we're all brothers. Tonight we're all
There's a guitar in the corner. There's going to be a soccer ball and a guitar in the corner.
war that never ends. Today we're all brothers. We drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches. We sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches. Our Christmas.
Wow, this is badass. What a great tone for a 6-string acoustic. That stabby synthy organy horn patch sounds great. I love it. That's, roll out the upright. We'll get them now.
We were all friends. And today we're all turns the ground white. On Christmas on the front line, we walk among our friends. We don't think about tomorrow. The battle will commence when we celebrate to Christmas. We thought about our friends, those who never made it home when the battle had commenced.
God, I love the storyline of this track. Very powerful, Trans-Siberian Orchestra kind of vibe, as you had said earlier. Great composition, but the video, the emotion behind it is just, it breaks my heart, you know. But humans fight. That's what we do. Unfortunately. Some really great details in the arrangements too, even from the rain chains to the... Even this is beautiful. Still hear the piano arpeggiation in the back. No, who's the singer, Great Sage? I was gonna say Floor. I didn't know. I was gonna. The only real name I know that would power through this, and I couldn't remember her name, but I was thinking of Nightwish. All the powerful cinematic orchestral elements in this piece. Even the little chimes, the little wind chimes in the back and everything. Oh, there it is. There's her title right there, Floor Jensen. So apparently Floor Jensen doing the vocals on that ending pass there. As a body of work, a complete video and everything, and a body of work. I thought it was absolutely tremendous with the music, the storytelling. Apparently, this is something that did happen. I don't know that much about history, so I guess Great Sage had also mentioned that not only did this really happen, but they actually rotated out these soldiers, so it could be fresh negative blood in there, since everybody already did the bro thing and they don't want to be killing bros and stuff. I mean, the human spirit, man. But then again, the human spirit, when it comes together to do something as incredible as this, as far as a piece of music, performance, the orchestrating and the arrangements were just plus 20 fire damage, without a doubt. And I thought it was incredible. The guy's voice, though, that opened up and powered through most of the track and stuff was unbelievable. It kind of reminded me, like I said, when I said Meatloaf, that kind of musical theater power performance. Also, the other singer, why can't I remember his name? He's the one that covered the Simon and Garfunkel song. He used to be a cantor, and he's got that incredible wide throat, ballsy ass voice. I also forgot the name of the band that he was into, because I'm old, and I'm old that way. So I know you guys will parachute in and help me with that for a second. But yes, David Draymond. What was the name of the band he's in? I can't remember that either. But nonetheless, Disturbed, right? That ilk, if you would, of singers that just, and also ironically, as I say that in the same breath, that ilk of incredible, powerful musical singers, they close with Floor Jansen. So this was a piece of track. I don't know anything about Sabaton, and I don't know if this was an isolated track in production for the holidays and the power of celebration of peacefulness between people even while you're warring, or if this was actually part of an album or a project and they iced it out for this video. Either way, it was a kick-ass piece of music. Seriously. It's a rabbit hole, huh? Okay. Well, let me tuck the ears and dive in. All right. Wow, we are just crushing it. Let me see what we got going on here. Next up, oh, look who's in the house. Everybody say aloha to Double A. Double A's in the house, everybody. We know that Double A has been so slammed with so many things that's been happening. We've missed him dearly. He's in the house. He's up right now. And, or at least he's up now. I hope he's in the house right this second. I mean, Double A, hurry up, run back. Come back. Please come back in and say hi. Anyhow, this song is for Double A. And he has been in touch with us. And he's just gone through so much, just a lot of life stuff. You know, everyone's healthy. That's the good thing. It's just when life bites you in the ass, you know, sometimes having fun with the gang's got to take a back seat, and you got to go. And so it's great to have you parachute in, Double A. So let's see what Double A would like here. We are going to be, oh, this is going to be a fun track to listen to. This is Igorrr. We know what Igorrr is. And it's called The Nervous Waltz. Perfect, because that is so Igorrr. Don't you think? There's Double A. Everybody say hi to Double A first before I play a song. Everybody, let's send him an aloha emoji or something. You know, he's one of the OG MODs. And he's also the one that designed the form, the very form that we have been for all along, getting us through, keeping me in check, if you would. So, good to see you, Double A. Welcome back. All right, we're going to be doing Nervous Waltz, courtesy of Double A being back in the house for the holiday season. Let's go. What? Dang. The kick drum. This is mental. This is next level, man. No, you're right about the Aphex Twin kind of thing, or the infected mushroom vibe, but this is... Oh, that low tear, the double bass. Listen to the distortion on the bass too. If that's not grabbing you by the sack, if you have one. Da, 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 yeah. This is what I know more Igorrr for, is this style. Right? I mean... That was so freaking well done, and I love the fact that's all live string playing there, you know? See, I don't know much about Igorrr. I think I've done 1 or 2 tracks of Igorrr, and it kind of reminds me of more of like that last 15 seconds that we heard. I went, oh, that's the Igorrr I remember. Obviously, because I'm not an aficionado of the band or the artists and stuff like that. Obviously, you dive even deeper, you find out how many layers they have to it. So sorry. And hang on, I'm going to have a coughing fit for a second. I got to turn my volume down or my mic off for a second. Stand. Okay, there we go. Feel better. The string performances, let alone the arrangements, were so freaking tight and so well expressed. You know what I'm saying? In the power of the performance. But the thing is that it took you through so many dynamic journeys when they're starting to drop the, you know, literally the F bombs. I think this was in the key of F. I'm not too sure. You know, with the chugs and the darkness and then kicking the dirt. I mean, what I don't know about Igorrr is if they're EDM or digital, I don't know what the original genre might be, musicians, and then they hired somebody to do the orchestrations perhaps, or maybe hired a drummer and a guitar player to come in and play these parts, which is totally fine by me, but because I don't know, that's why I'm asking you guys. Maybe you guys know if they're, or double A, maybe you know if it's mostly performed by whomever Igorrr is. And so if they handle their own drums and their own guitars, kind of a thing. So it's a one-man band. Okay. So at the end of the day, it just stands to reason that he either hired or he orchestrated or arranged the string section and the live drums and the guitar. Then again, the drums and the guitar and the bass and the strings all sound live. The rest of it obviously was programmed. Then again, nowadays I could be wrong. I wouldn't know. But the strings I felt were live. And it was such a... This is the kind of track that you have to stop your world and listen. You know, because there's so much happening in there. And it almost sounds double A, like perhaps maybe this track was kind of a background music to the last couple of months you've gone through. You know what I mean? Just chaotic. You know. So that was a perfect, chaos. Chaos. There we go. That's the greatest way to put it. Anyhow, double A, it was so good to have you parachute in. Really, it's good to see you. And hope to keep seeing you drop it in as time allows and everything. Outside of that, the forum's working great so far. Yay! All right, guys, let's move into the next one here. I have Judgment Kazi. So I have Judgment Kazi, SB, and Dixon coming up. So let me see what we got here. We are going to be doing... Oh, this is a bit of a long listen. And thank you, though, for your kind donation as well. This is John Coltrane. Oh, what a great stream this is turning out to be. So eclectic. So John Coltrane, the name of the track is My Favorite Things. Hey, Jeeves, today I'm sending you a real beast of a track. This is John Coltrane's rendition of Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein's II's song, My Favorite Thing, from the legendary 1959 musical, The Sound of Music. John and the band take this 2.5-minute track and turn it into 13 minutes long jazz epic that, alongside the rest of the tracks on the similarly titled album, took John out from the limelight of other jazz contemporaries and allowed him to truly make a name for himself. This track demonstrates the brilliance of McCoy Tyner on piano, Stephen Davis on bass, Elvin Jones on the drums, and John Coltrane on the soprano sax. So for me, this is a winter holiday track. No holiday season is complete without sipping a cocktail, listening to this track, and just melting into my beanbag chair of tranquil bliss. You've outed yourself to a beanbag chair aficionado. I love beanbag chairs. All right, let's do this, Judgment. Are you ready? Let's go, everybody. Let's just relax and let's enjoy some John Coltrane. All right. Arrangement. It makes it so accessible to a broader set of ears instead of just pocketing it in with a jazz thing. And you're so right about the Christmas wouldn't be the same without something like this. I love the root that's happening with the bass. It's kind of giving just a slight air of I don't know how to say it, not dissonance, but somebody help me out with this. Contemplative vibe. Blocking that out, please. I mean, who can't hum that melody? It's so memorable. Such a light touch also on the snare work. It doesn't get a lot of love, you know. Sounds like a really old ribbon mic on the bass. Kind of got that sensual vibe. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of keeps you into this marinated grip now. That 2-chord volley that's happening on the left hand. Love that. This is like this arrangement is such a like a beautiful jazz gateway level piece of music for folks that are not too sure or may have work a little much to get into the jazz vibe. This is a perfect song to play somebody that's not too sure, because it takes you got to have a little taste. Yeah, I mean a little. You have to acquire. I mean, that's just a really fun 2-chord little shuffly thing going on there. But so well, so salty, smoky played, you know. Little rim shot there. I don't know if that was for on purpose, but bum, 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 bum. I love that. Got like this slow boil and roll to it, you know, bringing it to boil slowly, letting the aromas of the arrangement kind of come out. And now the way he's playing now is like every now and then he sprinkles a little bit of pepper in there, but a little bit of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Lisa, I agree with you on that, with the engineering. Unless it was a really big studio and they were separated. guess it really depends where they recorded this. I'm hearing a little bit of what might be room sound as far as over-under ambience. I feel like there's a reflection on the left side from the kit. Oh, that was nice. Oh, he's having the best time right there. So soprano saxophone-ish. Do you realize this bass player's generally kept the same pattern now for the last 11 minutes? Talking about just staying in the pocket. Actually, what's really important about what the bass is doing is keeping that rhythmic, soulful kind of motion in it. It's allowing the piano and the drums and Coltrane to really move around so much. See, even through that change there, the bass was still staying on the same. It's not a tonic, I don't think. No, it would be the 5, I think. It's like the bass player saying, I'll keep everybody there. Just go do your thing, guys. I got it from right here. Let's go. It's the dominant old composer decomposing in front of your very eyes. Right? Can you guys agree with me? The way I just ended it was exactly what this arrangement did to me. And to hear the front story of it being that this was kind of his step away from more of the traditional jazz world of his time. You know, each one of these guys, like Chuck Mangione or George Benson or Stan Getz or, you know, John Coltrane, had a song at some point that stepped out of the, insanity, the glorious insanity of what jazz can really produce, and had that one hit or something that brought them into an accessible kind of audience. You know, and by them doing the arrangement off of this melody, obviously because it was so memorable, almost seemed like it would have been something where it was like, hey guys, let's do something chill. Yeah, man, I got you. Let's go. One thing about this track for me nostalgically that brings me into this, I may have mentioned to you guys once before, way back when, one of my engineering mentors was a gentleman named Val Valentin. He actually won a Grammy. And his name is Val Valentin, and he was an engineer for Verve. We're talking of the day. And a very stoic man, Spanish man, always dressed to the nines. And he'd come to the sessions and be very... And why this reminds me of something that he taught me once is one day I was doing a session, and he was leaning over my shoulder while I was engineering, and he says, Jorge. And I go, yes, sir. Because that's the respect I had from him. Yes, sir. What? He goes, let me tell you something. What is the first thing that you hear when you're conceived? I was like, what? I didn't know that was something that could be. And he goes, think about it. What do you hear? Does it have a rhythm? I had to think for a second, and the only thing that came to my mind was the heart. It's a heartbeat? Exactly. Very first sounds we're programmed with is that tempo of your mother's heartbeat and a certain hertz from what the heart brings from the bass. Never lose the bass. So that was his way of telling me during that session that he wanted me to bump the bass a little bit. But why I brought that story up is because while Lisa and I briefly mentioned a little bit about engineering, I started to really lean into the sound of the bass and how important that pattern was. Now, hearts don't beat like that. If I think you'll have angina if you do, but you know, but that tempo, that tone that the bass was keeping, regardless of all the wonderful musicianship that was happening with the drums, piano, and John Coltrane playing, that's what it was. Like, oh my God, that's like a Val Valentin move. You know what I mean? And so that's where I kind of, for me, that's that vibe that I kind of pulled from it. So this is a killer stream today, guys. I'm having the best time ever. I am. And next up, speaking of which, is SB. R-E-S-B-E-C-T. R-E-S-B-E-C-T. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. That's just stupid. I'm such an idiot. Let me see. It just came to mind. I don't know why. Yeah, respect. That's what I meant. Respect. R-E-S-B-E-C-T. I don't know why. I just did. Okay. I know. It's not going to have the same effect. Can't help. Drugs are bad. Okay, well, we're shifting it up gears now. We're going to be going and hitting some metal here. This track is called The Last Martyr by Critical... Oh, no, I'm sorry. The band is The Last Martyr. The song is Critical Mass. Really been enjoying their EP since the release this year. They're one of the supports for my first gig next year. So looking forward to hearing them live for the first... Oh, cool beans. Well, let's run them through the playlist here for the streamers. Let's see what we got here. This is from SB, R-E-S-B-E-C-T. Sorry. Hitting us over the head with that. I know I'm going to feel it. We're about to get banged, Darby. There it is.
No, I'm never one to admit I'm wrong, even when the food is my own, but you can't go or can't move on.
She has a great voice, but it reminds me of something. Nice little genty chug there right before this came in. God, what a great tone in the guitar. Wish I knew how to do that. Maybe we should call this gentlecore. Gent-core, but has a floaty vibe because of the EDM. Oof. God, I love the tone of these guitars. I would do anything to try to get mine to sound like that. Great balance between like genre bending, genre melting. Is that it? No, please. I actually was getting really into it. Whoops, sorry. When I say genre bending in that capacity, everything was taken to the hardest that you could possibly punch, the hardest uses of the ambient and the tones with some of the things that were floating in the background and stuff like that. Her vocals are phenomenal. The back and forth and the dynamics between these two separate genres, which I guess is one genre. That's why I was saying, should we call it gently core? You know, because it just had all the elements, but there was still that glassy ambient kind of thing that was happening. And I think what it is something that's really becoming a fresh new way that music's shifting in its genre. I mean, apparently this was just released a month ago. So as I've said before, it's like with the new releases and stuff, pushing these elements of engineering and blending genres and, you know, trap work with the, you know, dark djenty sounds with the powerful, growly, scrolly kind of vocals that are ripped, shredded vocals mixed in with the glass vocals. I mean, we hear a lot of that now. A lot of bands do that. They have a great glass vocals and they come in and they just punch you with the people's elbow. Excuse me. With the growling sounds like this. But the other thing that I'm getting used to is the fact that they'll open up with a trap kit or something like that, and then they'll blast your balls with, you know, live stuff comes in and out. It was really super musical. But for me, I was like, I'm jealous because of the guitar tones, you know, and they seem to shift their shaping EQ wise all the time. I go, oh, I want to get something like that. And I'm just an old fart. And when I say I want tones like that, I pick up my 7-string. And when I just get into a mood to kind of gent up or just kind of chug around a little bit, I'll listen to a track and I'll try to A/B it, and I'll, you know, try to sculpt my sounds, you know, with what little, you know, neural DSP plugins I have, and I can't get it and stuff. And I don't know. It's a little like wah, but maybe that's Genty Core telling me, okay, old man, don't play in that sandbox. Just go back to your single coil, you know, ball bashing, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan bluesy playing. Stay in your lane. Don't forget your dentures. Here's your walker. Don't forget your guitar. Walk away. So, Well, I'm not going to shy away right now. Right now, I'm writing a track, guys. I finally decided to shit or get off the pot, and I'm writing a track right now. And I'm going to give it my best shot with some really intense, genty-ish chug stuff. I don't want to say too much about it because I have to achieve it, but I've already sketched out the basics on that. So I am going to give it my best, I promise, and I will only play it here first before I send it. So, okay. Who next up? Who next? And I believe it is Dixon. How are you, Dixon? And then I have tambour and lateral lap. Then I'm going to do some cheesy wheel. Stand by for a second, guys. Dixon, how you doing? Happy Aloha Friday to you. Are you here in the house? Are you still here with us? Did you walk off and go do your day job, and you're going to catch it on the flip side on the YouTube channel? Where are you, Dixon? Okay, we're doing your song. This is from a band called Botch. The name of the track is 122. And the message is, legacy band that influenced bands like Norma Jean, but never got the same success being a band from the 90s. This is their only new song, just to show us what we missed out on. All right, guys, let's go. This is the band Botched. Great quirky riff. Oh yeah, give me those chords on the bass. I wonder if that's a pedaled harmonizer. It sounds great. I love the arrangement. I love the concept. I love the bass tone in that. Listen to that bass dig in. There's obviously an overdub back there. Fucking badass track. Sorry, you made me cuss. Whoops. What a badass track. I couldn't really make out a lot of what the lyrics were. That was such a quirky riff. Big interval, you know, that was all scatterbrained, you know. I mean, it was musical, but it was just all like looking at a pachinko game when balls are going. At least that's the visual I got because I'm old enough to remember a pachinko game. And the guy's voice was just a ball crusher there. Once again, it's just I stand on musicians like that or performers that can do that for 2.5 minutes and then probably walk away with a buttery normal voice just because of the skill set and stuff. It was real. Just, I have to say it again, it's just a real ballsy, heavy-ass track. You know, it just absolutely crushed. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, I know that might sound like a weak reaction to it, but I was just into it for what it was, you know. But my big lean on it though was the guitar work that was being done in the arrangements. You know, I found that real fascinating. Well, that's the other thing too. Okay, wait a second now. I can go into it a little more now that I just lit that firecracker for me. I think that's one of the magical things that musicians and bands where the performers do that rip shredded vocal performance have to lean on, or usually lean on a little more, is that they themselves, bass players, drummers, guitar players, and the occasional keyboardist, has a lot more room to write tricky or more melodic arrangements, being that the performer, who's the singer that's doing that growling performance, doesn't necessarily have a tonal representation. Well, tone-wise it does as far as frequency, but as far as note, may not have a real representation in the song because it's just that visceral, ball-crushing, you know, shouty, screamy performance. So you can get away with, you know, very unique things in an arrangements, and that's what I could say about that. Got a little deeper on that. Hey, Fentool, I seen you popping up. I don't think I said aloha to you. How you doing? So, hey, Ryan, did you get what you needed solved with Turnip, one of our mods? I saw you did a little call to action there. All right, next up. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Oh, yes, it is. It's very good. Oh, okay, great, Ryan. Yeah, Turnip is... He's our ninja mod. If there's any other mods here, they're probably chuckling too. He's just the ninja mod. Just comes out of nowhere. And then he's vanished. Very much respected and needed in our mod team. Okay. We're going to cheese after a couple more, and then we'll cheese it, and then I'm going to take a break and come back and hit some more. DJ Tambor. Boop-a-doo. Now, I got to ask you guys a really quick question. I got a comment. I get this comment a few times. You know when I cut these and I put it either on the Decomposer Lounge or on my RPGs channel? You know how I always slice off? Every 15 or 20 comments, I get one going, dude, you're disgusting for eating while you're doing your thing. And I'm like, bruh, it took just as much time for you to leave that comment as you too could have taken a bite out of a cookie and enjoyed it. You know what I mean? You guys don't have a problem with me eating while I do this, right? Sustenance. Keep an old man going here with Temptation Island. I think I represent well for Temptation Island. That's what I'm talking about. And it's healthy-ish. Olives and brie and crackers and vegmooch and seaweed, which I'll dive into later with my peanut butter and wasabi, peas, and pretzels. Could you ask for a better Temptation Island than that? I'm just saying. All right, blah, blah, blah. I just had to go there for a second. All right, DJ Tambor, you're in the house right now. We're going to be doing something for DJ called Sora no Kiseki FC. I don't know what that comes from. Factory City of Zeiss. It's the first chapter. And it says here, this is composed by Wataru Ishibashi. This track plays in a large industrial city filled with machines and industrial factories. And the player, visits in order to do a couple of quests as well as deliver an artifact they had found to one of the researchers there. All right, I'm looking forward to this. DJ Tambor, let's go. Mm-hmm. Ooh, what a great little old roads kind of sound. Very smooth. But it does kind of have like a pharma ad vibe to it, right? Do you suffer from anal leakage? Well, you know that you can get it from Butzalta. You know what I mean? I love this little part here. Oh, I love that cheesy synthy saxophone lead there. So this is very like always in the background, like a great moody vibe. Yeah, even with the changes happening and popping around. Ah, Lisa, that's funny. You're right, is this a little spiral gyro-ish? Yeah, but also that synth bass. Lisa, SB, pin that synth bass. What synth do you think that's coming from? Very moogy, yeah? Like first level moog. Oh, that's it? Boo. Ah, that was such a fun track. That was like a palate cleanser. We've had such a great ride so far on the stream and, you know, kind of gliding and stuff like that. When you go to heaven and get stuck in an elevator. Mason Gator for the win. That was pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, another one too, Scorpius 2 as well. It's like, you know, a sports menu, a Wii sports menu vibe, but just kind of keeps you in the jive. You know what I mean? It just was a great track. And you're right, was it SB that said, or Lisa, that it made like the early Juno 106, even before that. Was there a Juno 60? I can't remember. My brain's a bit fried. But we had a Juno 106 at my dad's studio back in the day, right after they invented electricity. It had that kind of rattly sound to it, but I can't remember. Either way, love the track for what it was as far as just like, I think, I forgot who said it about the Wii game menu, but it was definitely one of those tracks where like, when it's time to take a break, that you could leave it on the menu or something like that and get up and make a sandwich, you know, maybe text a few friends back, you know, stretch, do a little something before you go play some more. This was that kind of music that you wanted behind there. And it just had that kind of nice little jazzy jam to it, you know. Well, anyhow. Oh, there's somebody parachute in right now. Jim Spanner. How you doing? What's going on? Oh, you're bringing in a crew. Sup? All right. Let's keep running this. Yeah, right. It's a customer support track too. So we're gonna do one more from Lateral Lap. Then I'm gonna do some Wheel of Cheese. Okay. So I know you guys are lurking for the Wheel of Cheese. Remember, if you guys put your name in for the Wheel of Cheese and it lands on your name, please be sure the song is no longer than 7 minutes. Okay, I said it. Let's go. This is from Lateral Tap. And what do we got here? We got ourselves Aimee Mann. This is called Winter Wonderland. Oh, this ought to be really good. Aimee Mann is known most for being the lead of 80s band Till Tuesday, whose biggest hit was Voices Carry. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And for her work on the soundtrack to the movie Magnolia. This is her cover of Winter Wonderland from her 2006 Christmas album, One More Drifter in the Snow. Okay. Let's do this. After this, guys, we're doing some Wheel of Cheese, so hang in there for that. Here we go.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. Sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird,
Oh, that old sassy organ. I'm not talking about mine, I'm talking about...
In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. They'll say, are you married? We'll say no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll
God, I love this.
as we dream
Listen to the guitar
by
work.
the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Over the ground lies a
Love this.
mantle of white, a heaven of diamonds shine down through the night. Two hearts are thrilling in spite of the chillin' the weather.
It's almost like he had it
Knows no season,
kind of tripping down a little
love knows no climate.
Alice in Wonderland-y vibe here.
Romance can blossom any old time. Here in the open, we're walking and hoping together.
Even with the xylophone back there, so beautiful. What a great arrangement. Sounds like an old twin reverb amp for that guitar too.
Meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. They'll say, are you married? We'll say no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter.
Oh, that kick drum too. It's a little pillowy. What a beautiful track. That is such a beautiful track. And what I love is that they really tipped their hat in authenticity, not only to the arrangements, but also to the recording, the engineering, to try to still capture an essence of that 50s sound and that vibe. And it really, nostalgically for me, it pulls in two different reasons. One, from my head and stuff. And it's also something I'm going to drop. It just reminded me of this. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about this. At some point today, I'm going to play you a track that my dad did with Sheryl Crow on her Christmas album that she recorded about 14 years ago. White Christmas. And Bill Bottrell was the producer. And I was with Dad in that session. I'll share with you a little something special about this. But this now reminded me of like, oh my God, that's right. Sheryl did that whole Christmas for Hallmark, I think, a Hallmark project. And so I'm going to play, not right now, we're going to go into a Wheel of Cheese, but I'm going to play you at some point this track of my dad's arrangements. And guess who was conducting it? And I'll tell you the funny story behind that. So we'll save that for later. Let's go ahead and get to some Wheel of Cheese. Are you guys good with some Wheel of Cheese before I take a short break? Okay, we'll do that. Let me change my scenes here. Let me get my Wheel of Cheese ready. All right, now I'm rigged up for my Wheel of Cheese. Guys, that's not the list, that's last week's. Let me access the speeny wheelie thing that I use in order to spin. Let's go ahead and start with Queso Nuevo. Some of the noobs here, first time filling out the, see, all and V. There, oh my God, look, there's only like 7, 8 people here. it looks like. So we have a really good chance. Let's see who wins our first newbie Speeny Cheesy. And go. Who do we got? Oh, is it going to get into yellow? It does. We have Serpentine the Moonlight. All right, Serpentine the Moonlight, you have won. Let me see what Serpentine the Moonlight would like from us. All right, so TV show, Steven Universe. Let me squish over here and let's see what we got here. And this one is called Steven Universe Future, Celeb Hyles cover, I guess it is. And the name of the track is Being a Human. All right, well, congratulations. You won. Let's go. I love that little lo-fi piano vibe.
Just a little time.
Ooh, what a voice.
Just a little something else instead. Just a little time. Just a little something up ahead I'm dreaming of. Being human. Just a little time. Just a little something.
Got that bossa nova vibe, doesn't it?
Just a little time.
I think that's more of an earmark of the guitar arrangement.
Speed I'm dreaming of.
Ooh, that guy's got a great voice.
Going somewhere and being human.
You know what I loved about that ending just now that we just saw? You know what was really great about that little ending was the fact that you emotionally, you could see him just slowly decompress from the song and just let it flow through him, loosely just pass through. You know, I was wondering if he was going to come in with something else a little more or something, but it was just really nice to watch how he just allowed the vibes to just kind of unicorn out. Is that a way to say it? Just kind of fly and just kind of be immersed in the moment and stuff like that. He had such a great voice. I love the tone of the piano. It was that little buttery, lo-fi kind of vibe. And the guitar actually gave me a little bit of, like I said, a little bossa nova-ishy in the arrangement. So, Wheel of Cheese at its best. Okay, how about we do some queso pobre? Everybody knows what is queso pobre. Queso pobre, Wheel of Cheese. Where's my wheel? Here we go. Wheel of Cheese coming back into the house. Let's see how crowded we are today in the show. Not too bad, not too bad. You know, smoke them if you got them, everybody. Let's go. Dying of starvation, cheese. Oh, into the blue. All right, Arius. You win, Arius. Let's see what Arius would like. Arius would like a band. It's alternative. It is called Sosali. The artist is Morgan Clae, and the song is Here, Before, Now, and After. And the message is fun artist I found on Spotify. All right. You is the winner, Arius. Congratulations. Here's your track right now. That wispy lower tone in the EQing on her voice is very unique. Almost sounds like it's a low flange that's vibing that out. Representing the Wheel of Cheese.
Here, before, now and after. Through tempest, barrage, I know my greatness won't cease to glow. 'Cause I am the here, before, now and after. I hold fear, but I was chosen, I was searched. When I was broken and something new flows through my soul. Though I curse the peace you've stolen, magic her. She has spoken, for I was called to conquer pain and
You can kind of hear the compression kicking a little more on the vocals on that. I like that breathiness of it, like a soft knee vibe. There's a little bit more of that swimminess with the chorusing effect. Kind of a quirky percussive there.
here before, now and after.
There's almost like a subdued, purposeful hanging back on banging out the production. Yeah, SB, that's what I was talking about. I was waiting for a bang. I mean, I'm not disappointed it's not, but it's a unique production choice.
Here before, now and after. Here before, now and after. Through tempest, barrage, I know
Maybe there's a little phase cancellation going on in some of this.
won't cease to glow. 'Cause I am the here.
I love the bass. Everything's all tied in and connected. Ooh, nice reach. Well, she hit that note with no problem. And I like that she saved that part of her range for the end of the track. Trippy track. This is one of those tracks that's like we were all kind of chatting briefly. It's like we're waiting for it to deliver something more that didn't ever show up as far as the power of it. I mean, that's just whether you feel it, whether you're a musician or not, or a composer or anything. There's a feeling, oh, wait, it didn't quite, oh shit, well, Jesus, not, kind of a thing. And that kind of keeps me pulled into listening to it more. For the guessing game of what they're going to do with the arrangements and stuff. For those of you who don't know, we were talking about phase cancellation or phasing or flange or chorusing of the voice and stuff. These are secondary effects that could be placed on a vocal track that can add very unique swimminess to it, or maybe sounds like it's wider. Sometimes, like I think it was Lisa was saying, it could be something that's doubled, singing identical. Doubling can also be done with a plugin, but if it's sung identical, sometimes that causes very unique fluctuations in the tones. Remember I said at the very beginning that it had this very unique, warm, whispery vibe there, like maybe at about 2800, you know, in the EQ spectrum, that I thought was very unique and stuff. Track was really fun. It was very celebratory without being too over the top with it, like with some of the orchestral bang that we were thinking might happen there.